They say behind and beside every man is a good woman, and genius MLK X is shining a spotlight on just that. The limited series tells the stories of Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X while bringing their wives to the forefront, with Weruche Opia starring as Coretta Scott King and Jayme Lawson taking on Betty Shabazz. Watch this.
We are forced to ride the back of a bus so a white passenger could sit.
Innocent black men are in prison.
How many more have to be slain for America to say enough is enough?
What you're doing is just. Never question that.
I believe you're going to do great things. Be careful. Evil looms over everything.
We're in this together. How can I help you?
And Weruche and Jayme are with me now. Welcome, ladies.
Hello, hello.
You know, we were just talking about how amazing it is just to be part of this project, and you guys are getting rave reviews. It's such an amazing project. But I got to talk to you, Weruche, first about the fact that the creators said that you, not only were you the first person to read for Coretta, but that you, as soon as the Zoom was over, which I love that auditions are on Zoom now.
Yes.
As soon as that was over, they were like, that's the person for this role. Did you have that same feeling?
I mean, I kind of feel like that after every Zoom, but I don't get every job.
Yeah. You're like, that went great.
Yeah, but it did feel amazing, and I do remember their faces on the little boxes on the Zoom, and they all looked quite shocked because I spoke like this because I'm British, and then as soon as I did the scene, I turned into Coretta, and it changed a little bit, and their faces were like, wow. So I did have a good feeling afterwards, but to say I knew I got the job, I could never tell until I got the call.
Yeah.
So.
And Jayme, you're getting raves as Betty. So let me just ask you this. I heard that a children's book had a lot to do with your research in kind of exploring this character.
Yeah, part of my early research, I discovered a book called Before Betty X, which it was actually written by one of her daughters, which fictionalizes Dr. Betty Shabazz's life from the time she was born up until her early teenage years.
Yeah.
And that was a very special piece for me because, you know, I found the little girl. I found the little girl in Dr. Betty, and from that I could discover the woman.
Yeah, I mean, you know where someone comes from. You can understand kind of on a deeper level.
Yeah, and their journey and why they do what they do and why they gravitate to what they gravitate to and who they gravitate to.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like there's a certain pressure to playing a historical character, both of you? I mean,
yes, 100%.
It's a privilege and it's an honor to be able to, but on the flip side of that, it's like, like, how did you deal with that?
Ooh.
You just dove in and said, well, it is.
It was a lot of emotions. Like you said, it was a pressure. But I think, you know, there's a saying that says pressure makes diamonds or bursts pipes.
Yeah.
And so in this case, we chose diamonds.
Yes, always better to choose diamonds.
Yeah, there was a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of, you know, hesitation, but then there was a lot of excitement. And again, an honor to even have the opportunity to play such an incredible character, a person as Coretta Scott King and Betty Shabazz. And so it was just, I think, but it was a healthy mix. It was a healthy mix of both to propel you, you know, push you and pull you and whatever, but yeah,
and you know, the show tells the story of kind of like the rising up of Malcolm X and of Martin Luther King Jr. and their wives alongside them. But these stories are side by side. There's only one scene with the two of you together, which wasn't actually in the original script, I believe. But did you guys work together to kind of develop these relationships or the storyline of these women?
Yeah, I mean, well, we spent a lot of time together.
We did.
They tried to keep us separate, honestly. There was the X set, there was the King set, and we all just like made it our mission to hang out and gel as much as we could. And so then when they presented the idea in the last episode for a scene with the two of us, we were like, oh yes, we have to.
And did you get to work with the director about getting it right, getting the children right, getting the meeting right?
It was really important.
We also had a talk with the showrunners as well. I think on a Saturday or a Sunday night, a Zoom, we were like, right, we need to get this one beautiful scene right. We were like, by that point, we were so into it. We were like, we don't think they'd say this. This can be accomplished by a look, because these two women have a unique experience that they both shared in their own separate lives, but, you know, they both had similar experiences. So we did talk with them about that.
Well, I'll say that you both are, you deserve the the buzz and the credit that you are getting for these roles. You're wonderful in it. You can catch new episodes of Genius MLK/X. Is that how they're saying it? /X Thursdays on Nat Geo and streaming the next day on Hulu and Disney Plus. Lots of places to see it. Thank you both for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yep.